Hey, good morning. Back in the garage again, back on the door. And I got a nice note from Cliff yesterday in my comments, basically telling me, or suggesting very strongly me, to get this door hung properly before I move forward with welding up the step. And he's right. And I've been told this by Joe Sousa, and I think Glenn Miller in Canada told me the same thing. So I get this hinge to slide into this pocket where I could adjust it properly. And what I'm going to do today, I already treated the inside for the rust, but I want to do is get in this pocket. I'm going to use this paint stick and some sandpaper and try to sand it out a little bit and get it nice and smooth in there. I'm going to run my sander over this, take the sharp edges off, probably paint it again, maybe even grease it, and then we'll go from there. So right now I'm going to find some 80 grit and wrap it around that paint stick. So show you what I'm dealing with here. That's turned out I had some 60 grit laying around. This goes in and it just doesn't quite go all the way. And I've stuck a screwdriver in there and tried to bend it a little bit and whatnot, but I'm going to try to just sand out that pocket a little. Maybe with a burr or something. And like I said, I just want that thing to slide in and out. See, something's hanging it up. There's about a 1/4 inch to the line I had when it was all the way in. You see how when I pulled that out it fought me? But I put this line on there. And depending how you go in, you need to hit something. Now I'm going to get my flashlight and look in there, but last time I looked there was nothing to see. It wasn't like there was some obvious obstruction. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but if I shine the light in there, which I don't think I can shine the light in the camera at the same time, it looks to me about 2 inches in, there's a little piece that's hanging down, which if I come up to the top, right here, you can see that at all. That's the piece. And I just think I got to bend it up a little bit, I think. So I'm going to give that another shot with a different tool. Let me go see what I got in my bag of tricks. Well, that did the trick. I used this little pry bar, medium-sized pry bar. And this goes in. I can see all the holes. I go all the way through. And it bottoms out to the most, that you can adjust it anyways, because the holes are slotted. So it goes to the end of the hole. So I think that's going to do it. I think the next thing to do is try to hang this door again. Let me see. I'll put the 3 bolts in on that. I'm going to sand this pocket here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. So this one's working fine. Now it slides in and out. You can see it moving in and out. This one just needs some sanding right here, just to clean it up a little bit. I'll probably spray some Rust-Oleum on it, but I'm far from finished with this door. I'm going to patch this hole here. I got to remove these screws, which was probably a retainer for the weather stripping. Then I got this hole here, which I want to open up, and I want to try to unbend this hem, get the bad metal out, and fold the new piece underneath and squeeze it shut again is my plan. I don't know if I ever can pull that off. It might be beyond my skill set, but I'll give it a try. But I think the next thing to do today is get this door I'm going to try to swing it again. It's a decent day out. It's cloudy. Sun's not shining too much. So let's go give that a shot. Well, before I go outside and hang the door, I figured I'd knock out these, take these screws out with the thing on there. Only because it's inside and it's hot outside, and I could do this inside and listen to the radio at the same time. Let me just show you this real quick. I just got a piece of sheet metal here. There's a screw. I flatten the head out a little bit. Let's just see if I got enough to grab it. Yep. This is just a sheet metal screw. Well, it broke off. Let's see if I got enough to grab the head now. Yeah. Watch. There it goes. Easy peasy. I'll just take this piece of sheet metal and use it again. Let that cool. Move the vice grips closer. There it goes. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3 more to do. As soon as they're out, I'll just go try to hang the door again. I just figure I want to show you that real quick while it's inside. Yeah, this is how I get carried away and get off track. I got all the screws out, and I couldn't resist going over this with a wire wheel. That led me to doing almost the entire door with a wire wheel. I went over to the perimeter. It smelled the burning rubber in here because all the old gasket I just blasted. I don't know if you can see what's left of it. There's a wire that ran through the gasket. It's still attached to the door. So now I'm really, really ready to hang this door. I'm very tempted to start trying to cut these open and patch these holes. I got one here, got some patching to do down here, some down here, big patch right here, down here, down in the corner, and I want to get to that, but not today. I want to try to hang this door. I got the crane set up. When I say crane, shop crane, not a mobile crane or anything like that, but I'm going to try to swing that door now. Let's see how that goes. Got my first go at this, and I closed the door, and that gap don't look too bad. That don't look too bad. Looks okay over there. Now as I come across the top, it seems to tighten up right there at the top. Too tight. So, you know, door needs to move towards the front, which is weird because now you get down the bottom, I got a huge gap down the bottom. So the door basically, I think, has to rotate on the top hinge. Pull it out more on the bottom one. Push it in just a little bit more on the top one. And I'll try to make that adjustment as best I can. I put some reference marks on the hinge itself. I want to show you that. Hold on. Open the door. See, the door starts to sag when I open it. But I scribed a line there as a reference. That was when I did it the first time. So now I'm out a little further. So I'm going to push it in and try to cover that line. And I think what I'll do is I'll make a line here on the bottom on this hinge, just so I know how far I pulled it out. So I made an adjustment. You see that gap opened up. This gap looks pretty good. A little tight right there, but probably as good as it's going to get. That looks a little odd to me because it's good on the curve and then it opens up. And then of course over here the beep the B-pillar to me seems like it's back too far. And I don't know if I can bend that whole column forward with a porta power or something, or a ratchet strap. I don't know. But then that begs the question, is this front seam in the right place relative to the fender, which is obviously over there? Do I need to put the fender on before I fit the door, before I fit the step? So I'm in a bit of a pickle here. I'm gonna call this okay for now. Still not gonna weld anything into place yet, because it's starting to rain. Even though I'm under a canopy, I want to get the crane under the canopy. I'll just leave it like this for now and say, if anybody's got any more suggestions, Glenn, Cliff, Joe, I'm all ears, guys. This is, you know, kind of out of my league, beyond my skill set, but I'm willing to give anything a try. So thanks for watching. I'll put this out later today.